All right. Hey guys. So you're going to be asked to do your first set of doodle notes this week. So I wanted to show you kind of what that's going to look like. When you click into the assignment, you're going to come to a Google Slides PowerPoint type presentation, and your job is to create a slide of notes. So this is note taking for our class. This week already, you've had several videos and different activities where you are learning about what the levels of organization in biology are. So we're talking about cells, which get together to form tissues, which form organs, which form organ systems, organisms, all the way up to the biosphere. So as you've been learning about this, the best way to consolidate that information is to take notes over it. And we do notes just a little bit differently. Now, this is something we're going to do for every single topic. Okay, so you're really going to need to get used to doing these kind of doodle notes. So when you get into the assignment, it's going to open up a page that looks like this. This is the actual Google Slides presentation. All of us are sharing one single Google Slides presentations. So please do not mess with anything on the screens other than a slide that has been particularly assigned to you. You can actually delete slides and do things that I don't need to happen on this. So we need to each be very respectful of the master slides and each other's work. I do it this way because I want you to be able to share your work with everyone. This is a community of learning, and we want our classmates to be able to learn from us, and we want to be able to learn from our classmates. So on the header, on the main page of the Google slide presentation, you'll see exactly what you have to include in your doodle notes. This particular one says, your note should include the following words, a definition of each word, and a picture. So to get full credit, you have to do at least 3 things. You have to have the word, the definition, and a picture of each of these 10 levels of organization in biology. So what that might look like, here's my example. Oops. I'm going to move my little picture up here so it's out of the way and you can see what we've got. So I have each of the words, and I just typed them directly into the slide. I created a little arrow. You can see the little arrow here that shows that it goes from cell to tissue. Tissues are a bunch of cells working together that forms an organ, and I actually showed it in order. For each of these, I have an example. So for this, a skin cell is an example of a cell, a heart cell, a brain cell. Any of those would be great examples. And then on the other side, I have a picture. Now, this background I chose because to me it represents how things are connected, and that's what we're learning about as far as the levels of organization. So every single person has now been assigned a slide, and you'll just look for yours. You'll find your name. It's in alphabetical order, so you should be able to find it pretty easy. And then on that slide, you're just going to click into your slide once you're there, and you can edit that slide to create your own page of doodle notes. Yours does not have to look like mine. You could have it in boxes in different spots. You could have pretty backgrounds. Last year, some of our students even had little GIFs on there, and they would show. It was fun. They had animation, but you only get one slide, and it has to have all of this information on it. I tell you exactly what has to be on there. So for your notes to get you a good grade, you're going to have to include all of those. Okay, now feel free to look up your definitions on the internet or use any of the resources that I have already provided you to get your definitions. Make sure your definitions qualify. So there's many different definitions for the word cell. I'm not talking about a prison cell. I'm only talking about the kind of cell you would get in biology, like a skin cell. So make sure you're getting the right definition. Okay, there's different definitions for community. We want to make sure it is the biological definition, not all the people living in an area, but it's all the living things that are in an area, like all the animals and trees and plants and how they interact. So one other caution on these doodle notes is do not cut and paste. Do not cut and paste, and do not copy. So last year I had one set of doodle notes in particular where the students cut and paste and copied off of each other's slide, and they were all the wrong definition. So every single one of them had given me the wrong definition because they didn't look it up on their own. They copied it from a friend, and the friend was wrong. to do not cut and paste and do not copy. It is obvious when you have copied. So please, this is your way of getting the information and learning it, because you're going to have a unit test on this in a couple of weeks. So please make sure you're doing a good job. You're doing your own work, and you're covering the information. If you have any questions on how to do these Doodle Notes, let me know, and I will be sure to help you out. All right, so that's all you get for now. I look forward to seeing your notes. I'm sure they're going to be creative and awesome. Have fun with them. It's a neat way of taking notes without just sitting there writing everything down. All right, bye, y'all.